Well, in this really interesting video, so interesting, it's going to be about my foot, believe it or not. This just applies to health in general, right? And our lives in general, is that we need to, if there's something chipping away at our integrity and our ability to just do basic human things like eat, sleep, shit, walk, stuff like that, then we've got a problem. I've been preaching so much stuff about nutrition and, oh, you need to eat this, oh, you need to eat that, oh, you need to take this supplement, oh, you need to do some pull-ups. And I noticed that no matter how obsessive I become about this stuff, right? Well, I'm not obsessive, just letting you know, like, I think there's a word for this. They've got a medical term for this, by the way, if you become obsessed about health. I don't think there's anything worth obsessing about other than your health. Tell me something that's worth obsessing about more. I don't know, your favorite TV show, your favorite character in a TV show, your favorite star, your favorite musician. No, nothing's worth obsessing about more than your own health. Not even your finances, believe it or not. Some of you, including myself, got wrapped up in my whole young life has just been obsessed with finance. And it's kind of sad, actually, because I'm not even walking right. And I've spoken about this before in some of my other videos, that I'm not even walking right. Like, my posture's wonky. Every day I spend like half of the waking day, I swear, just like stretching it out, cracking this, doing that, like leaning on one side. I catch myself leaning forward. I'm noticing that, like, on my right foot, which is this one, I'm not putting any pressure on this side of my foot at all. And I've noticed that all of this side's slowly been getting number and number. Look how white my foot is compared to my arm. And that side where the small toes are has just been getting more and more numb over time. And this started when I was really young, by the way. I was like, when did I first start? I remember my small toes there used to cramp up a lot when I was swimming. If you're a parent, it's so important to get your kids some shoes that actually allow them to, spread their toes. And because when we get shoes that push our toes together, what happens is, if we're going flat and we're barefoot, even barefoot, believe it or not, and you're walking around, right, the pressure is even. Like, everything just gets evenly distributed, because that's how our foot is designed, right? It's designed to be flexible like our hands are. When we wear these shoes, a lot of the time, so you get like wide toe box shoes, if you've ever heard of them, and barefoot shoes like this, like the Merrell Vapor Glove 6. I think this is number 6. Well, anyway, yeah, it doesn't even smell that bad. Got some gum on it today, guys. Look at that. Some stupid little jelly-eating kid spat his sweets out on the street. Now it's all on my foot. Anyway, on my shoe. The point is this, okay? Been walking wrong, and I've been leaning forward and left. Had a knee injury years ago. One side of my pelvis is higher than the other. I'm only realizing these things recently, by the way. Like, you could just walk around and deny and pretend things are normal. You don't pay attention to shit like this until one thing leads to another. And this is one of those situations. If your posture ain't correct, you're not walking right, one thing leads to another. Now, I'm not a podiatrist, I'm not an orthopedic surgeon or anything of that nature, chiropractic, but I could tell you this from experience. When I learn stuff, I learn mainly from experience, okay? Because reading about that shit wasn't enough. I had to now experience pain. I'm out on my cycle every other day. I'm out walking, I'm out training, and I'm active, and I'm always active. I'm standing in the kitchen all the time, food prepping. I barely ever sit down. I'm supposed to be sitting down more often. But then when I'm walking, I get that pressure on one side. And so that's what I haven't had a chance to show you, because I've already started cutting I developed a corn. So the ball of my foot, you see here, trigger warning, if you don't want to see my feet, skip ahead now. But like, this is the foot here, okay? As you can see, my feet are otherwise very healthy and very shiny, perfectly, acceptable for foot modeling, I actually looked into this. Someone said, Jay, you should put your feet up on feetfinder.com, your skin. I don't even exfoliate my feet really that often, like, not as much as I used to when I was younger. I don't need to. It's wild. So having a corn on the ball of your foot where you can see I've been cutting and chipping away at it, right? Can't really tell how deep I've gone there on the MacBook camera, but I haven't gone too deep, but it did start bleeding. And I've kind of stopped myself because I probably should go to the kitchen and make sure I've got some bandages to wrap this over to prevent infections and stuff like that. Just make it more comfortable to walk and not get like cotton and stuff stuck in there. But honestly, I'm so tempted to just keep cutting away without a local anesthetic, go a little bit deeper, cut the fucking root of this thing out. It's gonna be painful. I'm just curious, like, how painful can it really be, right? And I thought about it, and as I was doing it, I was like, well, maybe I should record this experience because people might find this interesting. So I guess I'm not gonna pause it. I'm gonna keep recording, and edit it as I do this. I'm just picking away bits of the skin at the moment. The scalpel, I mean, is probably the best tool for the job. I really should go and check if there's a bandage over there, but honestly, the idea of not being in pain walking on this fucking thing, and I've had this thing since like 2014, 2015, believe it or not, it's been almost 10 years, right? And each year that went past, just, you know, it got worse. First, it started out as a little corn, right? And I thought, what the hell is that? So I tried to cut it out, and the tool I used to cut it out was, I actually used a nail clipper, believe it or not. I experienced tremendous pain when I walk about, you know, and I figured by trying things with my posture and working some muscles and things that I might balance this out. So I think with the hip exercises, back exercises, you know, hamstrings, legs and stuff, my body's starting to change composition, and my knee doesn't like it, right? So all the other muscles and stuff is going to recover real quick and easy with the type of like lifestyle that we're living out here, guys. Anything I go through, I know I'll recover from it quickly. So when the people on the foot people, the podiatrist people, whatever they're called, the foot people are telling me it's going to take you 4 to 6 weeks. Fuck that, I ain't got 4 to 6 weeks. It's the beginning of the summer. I'm out here, I've got to train. I've got to show up for myself. So I got to show up for myself, and I ain't fucking with this shit. This 4 or 6 week bullshit ain't flying with me. Okay, 1 or 2 weeks max. Okay, so that's what we're testing out here. We're about to find out. It's Friday the 9th of May. I'm cutting this fucking thing out. I ain't got no more time to waste. I'm not waiting till next year or till next month. I booked an appointment. The foot lady wants to see me. She wants to charge me £110 to see her just to check out my foot. She probably ain't gonna do nothing, right? And I said, like, where's this going? Bro, they're gonna cut your corn out, right? And if you don't fix your posture and your balance and all this other stuff, your corn's just gonna come back again. So I'm not sure I wanna go there. I think I'm just gonna cut this out myself for now and just keep cutting it out until my posture is finally fixed. And so my plan is, my DIY home plan for dealing with my corn on the ball of my foot, whatever that's called. I think it's called a plantar corn. I don't know what it's called, man. I'm just gonna cut it out myself. No anesthetic. Fuck the bandages. You have to improvise, man. You don't have to do everything medically, you know, antiseptic. Fuck all that shit, all right? I'm not trying to put no chemicals on my foot that don't need to be there. I've got some salicylic acid. Didn't even use it. I haven't even opened the bottle. Didn't even need to. Okay, so these guys, they try and get you. I'm sorry. Look, you guys are doing a great job, foot people, but you try and get me up in your spot, spending money that I don't need to spend. You know, because guess what? I might be out of action for a few days now. You know, but I ain't spending like £300-400 just to get this thing cut out of my foot, which I could do with a scalpel at home, right? So I had a scalpel lying around from years ago. Found it in my medicine cabinet. I think it was my dad's. And there was some fresh blades there. So I'm just going to cut this out. And oh wow, it's kind of satisfying as well when you're cutting this out, you know. And they say it's all professional. They say it's a professional, you're professionally cutting it out. And you need to be professional with it. Fuck that shit, man. No, these professionals just regular people. Don't forget that. What real training do you need? If you haven't got the common sense to know what you're doing when you do this shit, then, you know, it should come to you. Like, obviously it's scary. Obviously, when you're doing this, you're like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm cutting into my skin. Really, is this the right thing to be doing? So obviously, it's gonna be a little bit scary when you're cutting out massive chunks of your skin, yeah? But like when you see these hard bits come out and you know that it's gonna feel so much better. You know, I can already feel like, ah, that hurt. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's still in there. See, we just gotta figure, maybe now I should just let it dry off or something and heal up a little bit and then go back at it with the salicylic acid. Maybe that would be a good shout, or maybe I should just cut the damn thing out now and just be impatient with it. I'm kind of scraping gently over it right now. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I wouldn't recommend this to anyone who's, you know, coming into therapy with me. I'd say always get a fresh blade. But this blade had some fucking shit on it. I don't know what, I don't know what's on this fucking blade. But I know the tip was clean. Oh, the tip ain't even clean. Well, guys, look. All right, sometimes, you know, you just gotta trust your immune system to deal with these things. You know what I mean? Ah! So it is painful. It's definitely painful. Because, like, think about where those nerves are pinching and you're just constantly, like, aggravating that spot. It hurts. It does hurt. I don't really want to go any deeper because, yeah. So I'm still here. Okay. Might have to pause the recording. Okay. Ow. Yeah. I didn't anticipate it was going to be that fucking painful, but as soon as I paused this, I went to cut a little chunk out. I thought, get a bit deeper in there. I'll put the tip of the scalpel in and it fucking, like, hurt. Put it that way, like, excruciating pain. Like, shocked me a little bit. I'm able to smile about it because I know I'm an idiot. But, like, am I? I don't know. Like, maybe that's my sign to stop cutting into my foot. Maybe I've cut away enough for now. No, I'm just trying to put pressure on it with my thumb now. Yeah, when I put wide pressure on it, like my thumb, like wide pressure, it's okay. When I get in there with that scalpel, man, it hurts. So obviously it's bleeding. The whole thing's like bleeding a bit. Got some weird sticky pus and shit coming out of there. Not pus, but you know, like different areas of your body and different skin layers, they bleed differently, don't they? They release different chemicals and stuff. I mean, honestly, it looks like I got it. It does. It does look like I got it, but honestly, like behind that, there's nothing but bone anyway. So like, maybe my foot's just mangled, you know? Can I fix that? With orthopedics or something? So I thought about I saw this website where they had something like these, they send you like a package and you put your foot in a mold and it detects where there's more or less pressure. And then you send it back to them and then they sell you the insoles. Thing is, I've got multiple pairs of shoes and putting insoles in and out of the different shoes that I wear is a bit of a pain in the ass. But at this point, I'm thinking I'm not going to have that many options in the shoes that I can wear. What different, like, I'm not going to have various options of what shoes I can wear. Most of my shoes are uncomfortable. I'm just going to be real with you. Like, some of them are just uncomfortable. It's just painful to walk in them and it's just going to hurt. And I'm not getting enough, like, ground contact with my feet. You know, I'm not, I guess my body's not heavy enough on the ground is the best way of describing it. And I'd say almost like this ties into spirituality. And you could say that I've always felt like I'm kind of floating, you know, like I'm not grounded, almost like I'm floating. You know, I even had one experience where I felt like I was floating. I was definitely intoxicated on that particular occasion on something, on a very rare substance. But yeah, my foot is starting to develop a throbbing pain. I'm sure that throbbing sensation will dissipate soon. Hopefully, you know, hopefully my knee pain's got, oh wow, I'm feeling this like cold frozen sensation in my foot right now. Like I feel shivers and that whole area is sort of just telling me, oh bro, you need to rest it or something. Like now I'm feeling like my mind, the intuition is telling me like, calm it down. I don't know if I got all the way in there. Okay, trigger warning, you know. Trigger warning's a bit late, but you could see the details there You can pause the video if you'd like to take a better look. Okay, so you can treat your corn at home. I don't know if it's worked yet. How long will it last? I don't know. There's quite a lot of pressure on the ball of my foot at that point. I'd say the majority of the weight is on that ball when I walk, and it's been like that for years. So because it's been like that for years, it means that all of the muscles associated with the twitching of my smaller toes are like not really activating, because they're not touching the ground as much. It's this ball that's touching the ground like this, okay? And these are kind of lifted all the time. So we have to make sure that everything's touching the ground. We have to do exercises, flexion exercises, towel exercises, clawing and stuff like that. I've got a very peculiar muscle type as well. Like, I basically wither and shrivel away if I don't do hardcore, strenuous exercise. Some of us are just cursed with these sort of genetics. I wasn't like that when I was younger. I had more of a like European body, like my genetic expression, I'd say, was more European, like endurance. Like I had thicker calves, legs, ankles, wrists, everything. And then as I started getting older, I think there's more African genetic expression. So my African genes from East Africa superseded my European genes and decided to take over for whatever reason. So there you have it. That's all I've got for you right this second, is that I've just cut my foot open. I can't believe that I did that. I'm not really sure why. There's no anesthetic, no bandage even, an old dirty scalpel that I just found lying around in my dad's medicine area. And yeah, not really happy right now, I guess. Most people would be like, yeah, I got the corn out, yay, no more pain, a little bit of recovery. Nah, I can still feel pain. I'm not even putting pressure on it and I can feel pain. You know, maybe because I struck a nerve or something. Now, if I wrap it up, am I putting compression on those toes? Am I squeezing it again? I don't know. Should I let it just dry off, let the blood do its job and protect the, you know, the open wounds, you know, by drying over and then slowly forming skin there and scarring and stuff? I don't know. I guess if I just put a sock on, like, who needs a bandage when you got a fucking sock, right? So I'm gonna limp my way all up the stairs. I'm gonna probably put on a thin bamboo sock and then on top of it put a thicker wool sock on. I might walk around, I might take a walk up the street just to see how my feet are working. Maybe just get some, you know, fresh air, I guess, and get a bit of new scenery. Maybe just go for a walk. I need to get my walks in anyway. You know, help me sleep and stuff. Help me with my skin. My skin's been really shitty lately. You can't tell on the camera, guys. You can't. But like, as you can see, nah, you can't see. But my skin's not great right now. Okay, I know I sound really stupid saying that because I can tell how I look on the camera, but my skin's usually a lot better than this. And that's like because I've got poor circulation issues. So if I'm not moving all the time, like I've been moving but not walking enough and sleeping at the right time. So it's very important to do that for healthy skin, especially when you're like pushing out a lot of growth hormone, working out hard. Your skin's gonna like wanna shed, you could say, and you need a lot of blood flow to get toxins out of your body, otherwise they stagnate and you don't shed enough skin quick enough, if you know what I'm saying. So that's all I got for you right now. I'm in fucking pain. I'm gonna leave this here. I'm gonna come back to it. We'll discuss that. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I'm not playing with you. It really was a dirty scalpel, man. It really was fucking dirty. I don't know what that shit is, but I don't really give a fuck, honestly. I don't even get you. I don't care. Oh, what if you get sepsis? Oh, I just don't care. I don't give a fuck. Okay, my ancestors didn't give a fuck, and neither do I. Alright? Like, I cut the fucking thing out. It's gonna heal. That's it. None of this, oh, you need fucking dressing. You need the fucking, you know, medical fucking chlorine wipes and, you know, we're gonna wear a mask and gloves. Fuck off. You know, like, what is this? Get a fucking blade, cut the motherfucker out, put a sock on and go to sleep, you know? So we're gonna see what happens. Alright? Take care. See you in the next one.